Morning, everybody. Michelle is here. Michelle is here on a Wednesday. Wednesday is Get It Done Wednesday. I get things done on Wednesday, because it's in the middle of the week and blah, blah, blah. I just want to come on through again and say, use discernment when you decide to shop somewhere, to obtain services from these many places that are available to us. I mean, we have an oversaturation of everything, whether it's grocery stores, especially grocery stores, and these price gouging and the manipulation with the price. Just be very, very discerning of that. And also, if you go into an establishment and they're giving you respectful service, they're not going overboard and say what these fake welcoming statements that a lot of people make, and they know damn well that's not exactly how they feel. And it really doesn't matter so much how they feel, but it does matter because it's about their energy. So today I just wanted to say Wednesday, July 22nd, 2026. So again, pay attention to the service. All of us can tell when someone's being fake and phony. If you are not feeling well, you ought to not come into work, because that energy does, that energy does matter. If you're not feeling good, stay home. Okay. If you genuinely are happy that people are coming into your establishment, it'll show. Okay? So do not pay attention to the trends out there that tell you not to shop here, not to shop there. You think for yourself and discern whether you need to go to those places or give them your attention. If I go into a establishment, whether it's for groceries, this or that or the other, and if I pick up one bit of energy that I'm not comfortable with, I will leave. Restaurants especially, that's what I was wanting. Restaurants are how I can pick that up right away. And it starts with the waitress, by the way, who is not waitress or waiter, who are not necessarily preparing your food, but their energy matters. Okay, so do not follow trends, and do not you have to think for yourself. We're not in the 30s or 20s where there were just a small handful of places to frequent and get our groceries. We are oversaturated and marketed to insanity with grocery stores, department stores, blah 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 blah. And my point is, you have options. If one establishment is not giving you the energy and the genuine, I'm not, like I said, I don't want no one faking. Welcome in. You hear that bullshit. Is that true that they're welcoming me in? And they really don't need to welcome me in. Just shut the fuck up. If you don't feel like dealing with the public, which I understand 100%, either ask to be placed in another department of the store, or just smile and move on. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to do anything. It's just crazy out here. You know what I mean? And do not make it hard on yourself. Again, I am not a people person anymore. Okay, and that means a lot more than what I'm saying. That's why you need to be able to discern and be able to comprehend and understand what you are saying to people, and ask yourself, okay, what does that mean to me? I do not want to be up in people's face providing service. Okay? That and I say that because I've had enough of it. I've spent over 20 years in what they call public service, first responder, and I'm done with it. I don't need to. I can do so much behind the scenes without seeing anybody. Okay? I can do so much behind the scenes without having to interact with people. Okay? I do my proper amount of socializing. But I am being really honest with you. I could not work in these department stores, these grocery stores, or any place where they're providing service because of first of all, because of the massive overpopulation of people and the massive demands of people. People are demanding, remember they used that term, they're demanding the kitchen sink. They want everything. And then on top of that, everybody's has a magnifying glass on every kind of service they're receiving from people. They'll give you a bad review because you're not feeling good today. I can remember back in the day when when I used to go into the office to start working with the staff of people, and they would say, so and so has an attitude this morning. And I'm like, and I would hear that all the time, and it's usually directed, when they say she has an attitude, that's usually directed towards black women. Shut up about it. When they say, you will never hear anyone say to a white woman that she has an attitude. Not at all. People will be concerned, well, what's wrong, Susie? What's wrong, Karen? No. When they say she has an attitude, instead of going over to that person, to that black woman, and say, okay, is there anything I can do to help you this morning? And if she says, I just want to be left alone, please, for peace sake, when a black woman asks you to leave her alone, leave her alone. There's no debate about it. Okay, because usually I had relatives that were doing everything in their power to keep a job and to put food on the table and provide for their children. But unfortunately, the educational staff that's there since the forcing of black people out of their black culture into these non-black neighborhoods, who have no idea what it means to raise a black person. All right, our cultures are different. Get over it. We're not the same in our cultures. So when we were forced via busing to go into these non-black neighborhoods, they had no idea how to teach us. They had no idea how to deal with us, and no idea how to handle us. I put many videos about that. The intentional erosion of the black culture. Okay, we were thriving in our black culture growing up. Okay, we were not poor, but we were considered poor. There's a difference. I don't want to get on to that. I don't, because I got plenty of videos on that. My point is, we do not know what people are going through. Okay, just because you believe this black woman has an attitude, you don't know what she's gone through. Have you asked? Have you asked if you can assist her, or does she need time alone? If she doesn't want to be bothered, but yet she comes into work, leave her the fuck alone. I knew some parents that did everything in their power to keep their children in these non-traditional schools while attempting to work at the same time, and that's stressing. They would call these so-called social workers in there. So in other words, there was a constant interference with how I'm going to say the black woman was attempting to raise her family. Because I say the black woman because the black woman, if she chose to be with a black man, that was interfered with as well. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. They did not want the black man in the family. They did. If you wanted some kind of services or help from the government, the black man could not be in the home. How much sense does that make? Okay, my dad was the provider for the household. Without him, we would have been on the street. Okay, so I say this: think for yourself about what kind of service you want. Okay, think for yourself about what type of service you want it provided to you. Just because someone doesn't say hello to you, okay, but do not make it into an unnecessary exchange of energy, of negative energy. Neutralize it and move on. Get what you need and get out of there, and you do not have to go into those establishments anymore. Okay? I'm sitting in the vehicle because I'm getting ready to go into an establishment, and I'm sweating bullets, just sweating, having a good time, enjoying the moments. I really am. So think for yourself about the services that you want from people. Do not expect people to bend over backwards just to say hello to you. I don't want that, because I think that's superficial, by the way. Just a smile and move on for me. And I think for most of us, leave us the fuck alone, please. Normalize leaving people alone. Okay? I'm going to stop it right now. I'm going to go in here and get what I need and get on to the next project. Peace and love, universal love. Respect people's space, especially their consciousness, their psyche. Leave people alone. You know when people do not want to be bothered. Do not offer your services to people unless they ask. And I'm telling you, as a biological black woman, if I want something, I know how to ask for it. And most of us do. Okay? Peace and love. And trust me, I will be back.